years past and just impart all the knowledge that I have about NCLGISA. This is going to be an interactive class in more ways than one, which I'm not going to even tell you what that entails. But you will be moving. Some people said it's a little bit cold in here. We'll be interacting with each other and that sort of thing. But to start off, we'll start with introductions. I will go shortly, but we have some of our board members are in here, and I'm going to let them at this time introduce themselves. That's really bright. Introduce themselves to you, and that's so you can know who these folks are.
All right. My name is Eric Harvey. I'm serving as the president of NCLGISA this year. I'm with Pender County. I serve as the IT director. And I found out about NCLGISA, like I shared before, in 2002. But it wasn't until 2009 that I attended my first conference. So there's a big gap there, but I got plugged in, and here we are today. So if you weren't working in IT, what would you be doing? I don't know, honestly. I always kind of envision myself up in the mountains, just get away from technology completely. I mean, seriously, I'm thinking about that.
Mountain person.
Mountain person, maybe just get out there and enjoy nature and, go hiking and try to trim down. Thank you.
I am your president-elect. Now let me tell you, my story is a little different. I came to U.S. in '98, okay, as a student. And then in 2004, when I got my job in Moore County, I was analyst, okay? I had 3 bosses above me before I could talk to the department head. And I came to NCLGISA. I remember this very specifically was here in Wilmington, and we had a pig right next to the pool. As a guy from other country, I've never seen an animal with an apple in its face and a whole bunch of people lining up to take a bite. So I'm there on the back, I'm sweating a little bit. I was like, if I'm coming to that pig, which part of the pig am I going to bite, eat, cut, whatever? Well, it was like they opened it up and there was actually barbecue inside, but I didn't know it and I didn't see it, so I was scared. And I remember this guy, Jim Northrop. He's in the membership right now. He's an IT director from Orange County. He came to me and introduced himself and said, hey, we're here. You're a member. I was like, yeah, man, this is a great organization. I would like to be part of it. Just like you came here today for the first time. And here I am a few years later. I've been serving in NCLGISA first as a GIS representative. Then I served on a couple other committees. I went through professional development. So last year you probably saw my name putting together classes as a professional development chair. And this year I'm, for the first year, conference committee chair and president-elect. So if you like it, what you see here, and you want to get involved, contact one of us. There are things to do. It takes a lot of people to put events like that together. And Eric is very easy to talk with, but I think I'm easier, so.
And if I may, I know we're trying to do introductions, but it does take a village. And I said that earlier, but Chris has done a great job spearheading this. And all these little details and stuff that I didn't have to worry about this time, he did a phenomenal job. So it just shows that he's, one, passionate about what's going on here, and he's really doing it for all of you all. So I hope you will completely take advantage of this opportunity because he worked hard.
You offered me a raise.
I wish I could, I do.
We are all volunteers here, okay? Everybody makes a 0, so it's easy to double your salary. I'm more creative than he is. But I really encourage you to get involved if you like it. Stay on the listserv, make sure, because you will see the spirit of NCLGISA coming every day when people go outside of their jobs and helping each other. So with that said, we've got 2 introductions in 30 minutes. How much time do we have?
We're almost done. Delina?
I'm not executive board member, but I am a board member.
I'm just going to say board member.
Okay, no problem. But I am the membership chair, and you'll see my name a lot on the listserv, trying to get you to come to the regional meetings and things like that. But I am over the group who tries to get new members to come. So I'm glad to see all of you are here in this room. I was introduced to NCLGISA by Sandy, and she said, I'm going down to the beach, and it only costs $100. And my coworker and I were like, oh, yeah, whatever. And now I'm so mad at myself for not going that first year. She told me, she was my manager. She was like, come on, go visit the beach. But anyway, I'm so glad that I'm here now. and on the board, and it is a great organization. And I do encourage you all, and I'll probably say this again tomorrow in the meeting, please go back and tell your coworkers, your managers, or whoever else to come and get this invaluable information. It's a great conference and you will enjoy it. Thank you.
Okay, so I didn't introduce myself yet, but my name is Sandy Goodwin. I work for Mecklenburg County, and right now, my job is, it changes every day. In fact, if you go into our program and you read my biography, it's all lies now. So, not all of it, but a good bit of it. Anyway, I work for Mecklenburg County in ITS, which is Information Technology Services, I think now. It used to be IST, so now it's ITS, I don't know. I think somebody just wrote it wrong one day and it stuck. We like it, so we're it. So my title is actually Senior IT Business Analyst. I do not do any business analysis. I don't know that I've ever done any business analyst type work. It's a very specialized kind of field. Mostly I play. That's what I do. How did I find out about NCLGISA? I was walking along one day talking to a guy who was, I think it was one of the server guys, or he's over desktop or something. This was years ago. And I asked him a question. He said, you know, you really need to go to NCLGISA. And I did the same thing the speaker said, and I was like, did he say something about Jesus? I mean, you know, but I found out that it's, you know, North Carolina Local Government Information Systems Association. And so I signed up to go. It was, you know, $100, best $100 my organization's ever spent. This is by far, are all of you first-time attendees? This is by far, in my opinion, one of the best conferences you will ever go to, because everything you learn is relevant to what you do. Because we're all in the same state. We're all doing the same thing. So, if I weren't working in IT, what would I be doing? Oh, wow. I'm not a full-time, I've never been like, I didn't go to school to be an IT person. Did any of you guys go to school to be an IT person? Some of you did. I'm actually a recreation major. So this is why I play all day. I have a graduate degree in special ed. That helps me with the guys I work with. One of them is in this room.
Right there.
But what would I be doing? You know, I actually think I might be either running a campground somewhere, you know, kind of a live-in campground situation, or more importantly, I think right now, I think I'd just be retired. You know, because that's coming up, and in retirement, I do not plan to be idle in my retirement. So, as we go through the session today, and y'all are going to get a chance to introduce yourself, we'll be throwing out other little tidbits, nuggets of wisdom, you know, that'll help you in the activity you're going to do this afternoon. But for now, let's start with you, and you can introduce yourself and answer all those lovely questions.
Hi, my name is Amy Holler. I'm a new employee to Mecklenburg County. I'm an assistant analyst. And I found out about NCLGISA one of the first days on the job. I asked the health department if they had a question, and the current analyst said, well, we put that out on the listserv. Okay, what's that? And that was my introduction to NCLGISA. And I had a great opportunity to come to this conference today. If I wasn't working in IT, I would probably still be in the healthcare field, which is my background.
Welcome.
Hi, my name is Jennifer Price. I'm also with Mecklenburg County. I'm an IT supervisor. I've been in the role for about 9 months now, so I still claim that I'm new every time I don't know something. So I learned about NCLGISA. I was sitting beside my director, and she was asking some questions. She says, Jennifer, do you ever pay attention to what comes out on listserv? And I went, no, I sure don't. And she let her continue to talk, and in talking and telling me about it, she mentioned NCLGISA because I was still very new. I'd been there probably only about 3 or 4 weeks. And I didn't want her to know that I had absolutely no idea what she was talking about. And from that conversation, I went and asked some other people about listserv and told me about NCLGISA. I immediately went out. I came from a corporate background, so I understand the importance of having counterparts and depending on those counterparts for information. because you kind of get into a role where everybody thinks that you have all the answers, and sometimes you just rather not let them know you don't. So, or you want to have a source to go to and be able to get that information. So I understand the importance of it, joined immediately, and I'm very excited about being here.
Welcome.
If I weren't doing this, I'd probably be somewhere sitting down and writing. I talk a lot, but I actually like to read.
Very good. Thank you for coming. Now I'm going to jump back over here.
My name's Marie Spain. I'm with Bears County, and I'm a business systems analyst. I was kind of moved into this role about 8 or 9 months ago. I was a system admin, and they needed somebody to help out with DHS, be the IT liaison, and kind of clean up the Northwoods product that we're using. It hadn't been managed to the extent that it could, so I got in and cleaned, did the appointments, revamped, and getting ready to do a pilot revamp. So I heard about this group through my IT manager and CIO, who I think attend a lot. And I got on listserv a couple months ago, and it's been very beneficial because we were trying to hire a programmer because, you know, local government, senior programmers do not get paid what other private sectors pay, so it's been a little challenging. And with listserv, somebody had put out a company to go to that they used and were successful. So that was my first experience with getting some information that I could use. And if I didn't work in IT, I would probably be in the healthcare field, just because I had a sick mother and cared for her, and I think I have a heart for that, but I have a heart for people. So that's where I'm IT, and I get along with my DHS users.
Welcome. Glad you're here. And I'm going to jump back over here.
Okay. I'm Kelly Cox. I work for Carter County, network specialist, but we kind of are a pretty small shop, so I do a little bit of everything. Ray Hall is my director, so he's the one that told me about NCLGISA. And if I wasn't working in IT, I don't know if I would be doing anything at all. I can't see myself doing anything else. And
That's good.
Yep.
And that's fine. Welcome. We're glad you're here. All right.
My name is Sabrina Reinhardt. I'm the administrative manager of town clerk for Meehan, which is right over the river here. And I was thrown into this IT world actually last April. The director that we had moved to Colorado, and we actually went up going cloud-based for services. We had a really good situation now. We were opening a new town hall, so everybody left their old computers and phones behind and went to their new desks with their new phones and new computers. So it was, yeah, we were very, very lucky. But, you know, so now I'm my role is to work with all of the service providers for any of the IT needs for the town. And, you know, I still have to manage all the inside stuff, copiers and printers and all the audio visual for the meetings and things of that nature. But actually some of the IT folks that I've experienced pretty quickly, they told me about NCLGISA and the importance about them. So I really appreciated that. And I'm enjoying it. It's a lot of fun, and you know, it's amazing to see just even the spectrum of being in that world when you're dealing with different people and the different levels that they have. You know, some people can't even just learn to power something off. You know, so it's fun. And the only other thing I could say about doing something else is, you know, I just like being on the beach.
Okay. I'm Nicole Bird. I work for the city of Wilmington. Welcome. 3 blocks up. I've been here 6 months. I moved from Roanoke County, Virginia, where I was in IT for 22 years, and I'm gradually moving closer to the beach towards retirement, obviously.
The CIO, Roy Metcalf.
City. I work for the county. But yes,
He's
Roy was
also
our...
graduated from our CGCIO program.
Right. Yeah, there were several. Steve Lynchburg, I can't remember his last name, who was in our local. We had a similar group like this in Virginia, so yeah, all the directors were in it, which is cool. So it seems like I think our whole IT department is a member and stays on the listserv. My first input to the listserv, probably is gonna be next week. I'm looking for a local SharePoint users group, because we had one in Roanoke and we did really well with it, and I'm hoping to get one local here. And then being members, part of SharePoint, so I'm excited to get there.
Cool.
And if I wasn't in IT, I'd probably be on a boat. My fiance and I just took a safe boating course, and we don't have a boat, but our goal is to find people who have a boat and need a crew. I clean it really well, and I can fix all the technical stuff on it. So that's my next goal, so spread that around.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
My name is Preston Teal. I work in Mecklenburg County with Sandy. Sandy's our team lead for the team that I'm on. We're newly formed. We're going on 2 weeks old now as a formal team. And so, you've heard, at the bottom of every disclaimer you have with every job, it always says other duties as required. That pretty much sums up our jobs, pretty much. It's kind of other
That's
duties
the only
as
thing on
required.
our job description.
It really is. We have another nickname for what we do, but I can't say it makes the company. I don't want it recorded, so I'm not going to say that. But we work very closely with our technical services director. We're his kind of go-to team to do special projects. But realistically, what we basically deal with is end-user acceptance training, enterprise applications, mobility, all that sort of thing. It's really a hodgepodge of stuff, but it's fun. We enjoy it. I found out about NCLGISA. I first heard the name NCLGISA, I believe, a couple years ago in passing, and I think Felina was the first person I ever heard it come out of her mouth. And see, I'm the kind of person that I don't like to admit I don't know something, so I heard her say it, and I'm going, yeah, I know what that is. Yeah, I've heard about that for a long time. And she's just, no, NCLGISA, no, NCLGISA. I'm like, I'm sort of like, okay, what is NCLGISA? And so I go Googling it, type in N-I-C-K, I'm like, I actually try to type out the word nickel, and I'm like, nickel, Jesus, G-E-E-S, what is the, can't find it, and I still don't know what it means, and I go another year, and I'm hearing people, every once in a while I'll just hear this NCLGISA thing come up, and I'm like, what is this? I mean, I've been working around IT for, 11 years, I've never heard this term before, but I was in the PeopleSoft sphere originally, that's what I did for 10 years, I was the PeopleSoft guy in Mecklenburg County, so I knew all about the PSUG, which is the PeopleSoft, the public sector user group. I knew all about HUG, which is the higher education user group. I knew all about those. I never heard of this NCLGISA thing. And it was actually, Sarah was the next person sitting in the back right there, who mentioned it and talked about the great trips that they have going to NCLGISA. And so I said, well, what is NCLGISA? And she explained it to me, and then I was like, well, I don't feel like an idiot now. I know what it is. And then I locked it away in the recesses online for another 6 months and never thought about it. Until Sandy, who is on the team that I'm in now, mentioned it and talked about Wilmington. I go, ooh, Wilmington? Trip? And so here I am. So this is my first time attending. This is kind of, I've really been looking for something like this, so this is really cool. I'm glad to be here. As far as if I weren't working in IT, what would I be doing? I'd probably be dead, because I kind of eat, breathe, sleep IT. I mean, I'm not like, I don't write code. I'm not, building servers, but I'm that nerd that sits in line at the Apple store to get the new iPhone. Even though I could have pre-ordered it and got it, the day before it was released, I still wait and go stand in line because it's fun. I'm the guy that has to have a new Apple Watch or whatever. That's just who I am. So I don't know that I'll be doing anything except for maybe selling stuff. I do enjoy selling stuff. So I might be working retail somewhere if I wasn't doing IT work.
That Best Buy probably is for me.
Well, that's getting too close to IT. I don't know.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, yeah.
I'm Neil right here. My name is Danny Wynn. I work with UNC Chapel Hill as a project manager for the engineering group. I work in telecommunications. We do fiber infrastructure, distributed antenna systems, and microwave. How I heard about NCLGISA was part of the CGCIO certification course. So we learned about it through Shannon Tuss. And if I weren't working in IT, I'd probably be doing teaching. So I teach part-time at the university as an adjunct. I teach IT courses over there. I'd probably do it full-time if I could.
My name is Greg McGrady, and I work at Watauga County, network specialist. Probably first heard about NCLGISA from Denver. I used to be in the school system at Watauga, and they talked about what a great time it was, and all the other days that came from all the door prizes and stuff like that. They sound real good. If I wasn't working in IT, I don't know what I'd be doing. Maybe park ranger or something like that.
There you go.
Yeah, maybe so.
You have a riverboat park right there, man.
Where?
In Catawba County.
Watauga.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're in Watauga County.
Yeah, yeah.
That's boom, that's
Yes.
beautiful.
It'd be a good place to be a park ranger too.
Well, yeah. I would stand up, still nursing the sore back, so I'll just
Yeah,
sit down. That's all right.
none of y'all have to.
That's all right. My name's Dave Turner. I'm with Electricities North Carolina. Been there 18 years. They're a local government nonprofit joint action agency. And we work with a lot of small towns and some large ones all throughout North Carolina. I found out about NCLGISA through my IT director. He's going through the CIO program and referred me and said, hey, you really should be tapped into this. So it's my first conference. If I wasn't doing IT, what would I do? I'd probably still be doing something in technology. I really love what I do. I just don't want to tell anybody that they don't probably have to pay me to do what I'm doing.
That'd probably be a good idea.
Yeah, I keep that to myself.
Budget cuts and whatnot.
Yeah.
We're glad you're here. Okay. Nah.
Stand up, I want to see you, come on,
Yes,
stand
you
up.
do.
Right there.
My name is Tanisha. I work with Robinson County, Operations and Systems Specialist. I first heard about NCLGISA from my IT manager, Mark Siegel-Bunker, who on my first day said, first thing I want you to do is go to this website and sign up. I had no idea what it was. So when we started receiving emails from listserv, then I saw Wilmington and I said, well, Mark, you really want me to get involved in NCLGISA? I really think we need to go to Wilmington conference. That's the first thing. So anyway, we looked into it and we're here. And if I wasn't working in IT, I don't know. Maybe stay-at-home mom, probably working in IT. I don't know. Doing something with it.
That's not a bad thing. I mean, that's good. That kind of shows you what this group is made of. Okay, back in the corner.
Hello, my name is Stephanie Huckle, and I work with Johnston County Schools. I'm a media coordinator and technology contact at high school there. I found out about NCLGISA as a student in the CE-CTO program. I had taken a job a couple years ago as a media coordinator at a charter school, and after I accepted the job, my principal there said, and you're also going to oversee technology. So in an attempt to learn as much as I could about managing technology for the school, I've had the opportunity to complete the CE-CTO program, and the listserv was a wonderful tool to help just learn more about what my staff and students needed for me to provide for them. So just to hear others sharing their experiences and their products and whatnot that work for their schools and agencies. So if I wasn't working in IT, I'd probably just be doing the school librarian thing full-time or being an English teacher. So.
That's interesting. I'm just going to throw out something real quick, and this has to do with technology and high school students. Our team, Preston and myself and a few others, got to go to a career day for high school seniors, juniors and seniors in Charlotte. And one of our, we were representing Mecklenburg County IT, and and we thought, how are we going to really wow these kids, because they already know it all. They probably know more than we do. So we went back. We went backwards. We brought in a Mac, an old toaster-looking Mac computer. I don't know if y'all remember those from in the 80s or something. It was mine. It still works. So we brought that in. We brought a rotary dial phone. We brought a bunch of old cell phones, and so we had the office of the 80s and then the office of today, which had one device. The most amazing thing was that these kids had no clue what that rotary dial phone was. So he's like, what is that? We're like, it's a telephone. How do you use it? And I said, well, you put your finger in it and turn, hello. And they said, well, how does it know what you're dialing? And so Brandon, another guy, he's also here, he explained the blah, 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 you know, as it goes, it's like, if it's a 7, it goes blah, 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 7 times. You know, and they were like, that's just unbelievable. You know, and it was sort of like, gosh, look how far we've got, you know, the 80s to me, that wasn't that long ago. You know, I was in my prime then. Anyway, I just thought I'd throw that out, so, your turn.
I am Stephanie Sutherland, my name is Brent, so I'm just kind of along for the ride here, but I work with EMC, data storage provider. I am a technical support engineer with them, so I found out about NCLGISA from her. And if I weren't in IT, I would still be a mechanic.
Okay. Mechanic, IT, all that. I got into this field by taking my dryer apart, you know, I just like to tinker with things. Anyway, your turn.
My name is Nader Mitius. I work with Gaston County, close to you guys. And I'm a network analyst. I've been there for a couple of years, but it's my first NCLGISA conference. Finally, my turn came for so many people. That's about it. I've been in racing for the last 8 to 10 years before I joined the local government. So it's kind of still new for me. And if I weren't working in IT, I would be trying to coach soccer full time.
Cool. That's awesome. All right, so I got Selena, I got you too. Chris, you want to introduce yourself just because you're in here?
Sure. My name is Chris Nyber. I am the one-person IT shop for the city of Conover. Been with Conover since 2002 and the IT director there since 2007. I found out about NCLGISA as soon as I got into the IT world and joined the organization. Probably been to every conference since then, and I served on the board as the web chair for the last 3 years. If I wasn't in IT right now, I would probably be brewing beer.
There you go. Good guy to know for your,
That's a good idea. Drinking or brewing.
We need you on our boat.
That was an earlier conversation, just so
Oh, you
you
didn't get it? Oh,
There you go.
I'll catch you later. Okay.
Sarah? Yeah.
I'm Sarah Fisher. I also work for Mecklenburg County. I'm a senior IT business analyst for Mecklenburg County Code Enforcement. Do all the permitting and plan review and make sure people build it right. But I actually do business analysis work, and along with all the other IT stuff that we do. And I found out about NCLGISA through my manager, IT manager, who usually is here in Wilmington every year. And if I wasn't doing IT work and was retired, we would be traveling and going to Disney.
Hey, Justin McHugh, we've got a new participant. We just need you to tell us a few things about yourself.
Not to put you on the spot, right?
You thought you came to listen to the presentation. It's actually your time, man.
My name is Daniel Terry. I'm Youth Support Manager at the City of Durham.
Okay.
Desktop support.
Aaron?
How did you find? I've been a member for, well, I've been, came to like the last 4 or 5, actually been to the CIO schools already. Where were you working in IT? And what would you be doing?
Yeah.
If you worked in IT?
That's right.
Probably, believe it or not, I worked in finance for a number of years before I did kind of both. I was in the military. The military wasn't on, when we started way back in Windows 3.1 and 3.1.1, and nobody wanted to touch a computer. So they said, you seem like you know something about IT. Why don't you take on that responsibility? So I started working in the data center, the punch cards, transmitting data. I'll pay records back and forth because it was automated for us to pay, and then got into computers from them. Been involved with computers ever since. So probably go back to finance if I did anything.
Nice, welcome. I'm glad you're here, and I don't want to miss you, Sonny.
My name is Sonny Fisher. I am Sarah's husband, and technically I'm along for the ride. I just go with her to these different conferences and try to learn different things that you guys do, and So far, it's been intriguing. I have not had one boring conference trip at all with anything.
So what would you do if you wouldn't be in IT?
Home health care. I did home health care for 7 years, so I would probably go back to doing that if I wasn't involved with this or married to Sarah.
Well, and married to me, he would go back to home health care.
Okay, so we heard some things thrown out a couple of times. I've heard CGCIO, I've heard about collaboration, and I heard a whole bunch of stuff. So we're going to do a little exercise, and let me see how many people we've gotten here. Sonny, are you going to participate in the activity?
Nah, pass on me.
Chris, probably not. Felina, probably not. You guys, yeah, that's fine. All right, so once they're out, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Works out great. You guys are a team, so you all kind of get together where you can chat. You guys are a team, so y'all kind of all get together where you're going to chat. You can move chairs, you can sit, however you want to do, sit on the floor, whatever you want to do.
Sit in a circle.
Give you a couple minutes to get yourself organized. We got about, it's like 27 minutes or so left. So we're going to allow probably 10 minutes or so, 10 to 15 minutes to this exercise. Now, does each group have some sort of computing device? That can be a cell phone, something that'll get you to the internet. Somebody in this group have one, or more than one? More than one is fine, as long as everybody's got one. I mean, every group. You guys, I know Preston, I know you, Carrie, you're probably fine.
I've only got my phone.
He's the only guy I know that has, like 50 phones.
I'm down to 2 today.
Oh, 2, okay, only 2 today. He's got like every new phone that comes out. That's why we're the innovation team. All right, so you guys are covered with that. Now, does each group have one of the programs? Yeah, I see you've got one, somebody over here have one? Okay, and the app is good too.
There's a program in your cases that
Does
you got.
everybody know what the NCLGISA website address is, the URL? NCLGISA.org. Okay, so I'm throwing that out. Now, what you're going to do, I'm going to put some questions up here on the screen, and I'm going to leave them up there for a little while. And it is your job for your team, this is not a race. This is just your job as a team to find the answers to those questions using web devices, the NCLGISA website, the program, all that kind of stuff, okay? Are you accepting the mission? Okay.
Mission accepted.
Here's your scavenger hunt. Time starts now. It's 4:05.
And somebody needs to be a scribe.
Yeah, somebody needs to be the official scribe.
You write the whole thing down, or do you
Just like question 1 and the answer is what you normally
It could
do.
even be however you guys want to organize it. You can write it down. You can have, you do question number 1, and whatever y'all want to find it. I don't have any writing utensils. Here, it seems to be a piece of paper right here if somebody needs one. All right.
I'm writing.
If I had some music, I'd play it.
You're going to play music, aren't you?
Yeah. So we, at 4:15, we will cease this. Unless I see that y'all are finished.
Oh, this ought to be good. Where are you going to play?
Somebody want to sing the Jeopardy song?
Yeah, so it says it's a long mission.
And I do have one bonus question that's not up there.
Berlin?
I hear some music. Who's singing?
Please tell us not your rain
I've got a microphone up here that's working. Yeah. Is the music distracting? Or is it serious like that?
Serious, we're okay with all Just saying.
You're paying tape.
She's gonna copy it.
Okay.
Isn't that nice?
Audit, K-12, and
If you finish before I call the time, if your team finishes, just somebody say we're done. This is quiet.
And usually everybody's yelling it out.
Huh?
Last time, or my last time, everybody was yelling it out.
I know. Right.
Eric Harvey is the president.
What's it gonna play after that?
It's on Sirius, it's on 80, Sirius XM.
Which one's it?
So, do we count the board? Do I count the board? Count everybody that's in the room.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Yeah, I just count them all.
Okay.
My number. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Just happened to be a song from Top Gun. Do what?
And there's also ad hoc issues that
Oh, the girl
Government management information. Yeah, it's the government interaction.
Center for Code Technology.
I could write like an M instead of.
So the symposiums is two, one in spring, one in fall. So Wilmington, then so is the
You have 4 minutes.
Oh, that's the second one, local government area. Yeah. Oh, I know how they give a scholarship for the, school. Yes. Yeah. You have to be a credit union member to qualify for the scholarship.
What is? You don't have to tell me where to go, you're being very quiet. Your music's beating out.
Government innovation grant.
What's the first bit?
Government innovation grant program.
Networking with others.
Headed funding for local government entities based on innovation within the organization. Yeah.
We're done.
Okay, cool. Y'all can just sit and talk amongst yourselves. We still have 3 minutes left.
Or sing to music.
These guys are being thorough. Is the music distracting?
Yeah, I hate it, but that's okay. You can still.
And ask if you like it.
We can change it.
Yeah, that's the North Carolina, the local government federal credit union.
Oh, that's what you were saying, that is.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right, the LGS.
That's what helped pay my scholarship.
That's a local.
Share knowledge and experience.
You have 1 minute left. Thank you for the lovely music.
It's a collaboration.
Mecklenburg is a chapter of GMIS, one national voice for stakeholders.
So like I do have, we have one time log systems that go there, so we need to connect.
What else you mentioned?
You could do projects like
Those are 3 benefits.
so every time we do a project, one of the framework, everybody will have a full.
That's what I'm just, networking.
Project, they're going to look and see what everybody's doing.
Checkout feature, so you can put documents out there, and you can give permissions, you can check things out, and you can see if it's checked out and being edited, and check it back in after modification. Versioning.
We're on Office 365, so we actually have simultaneous editing.
I guess maybe the last one is
So
doing
when
chat with
people have a
GMIS.
document and like Skype it or something, you can see the changes. Share.
Okay, I got 4:15.
Another comment.
Y'all can just hang on. We're good. Okay, you're good. All right. So let's see how we did. I'll tell you, I used to just go and tell you all this information and then some other stuff, and I have found that doing it this way, number one, you have to talk to each other, so you might, get to know some folks here. Number two, you get to know some of the resources that are available to you as members. One of them being the website, your membership, your conference materials and that sort of thing. So, who wants to tell me the mission of NCLGISA?
I guess I can.
Okay.
Okay, there it is. The entire mission? Okay. The mission, the North Carolina Local Government Information System Association is an organization established to improve the efforts of local governments in North Carolina to plan, design, program, implement, and operate information systems. Specific areas of interest are the sharing of practical experience and ideas related to the development of information systems.
Is that what y'all had? Yeah, I'm not gonna make you read it all now.
Thank you.
Everybody good with that? All right, so the things that I want to point out here though is, and I think maybe Eric said it, collaboration, working together, this kind of thing. And there's one question on here that, one question that I put on here in the past that I didn't this time. It's what's the emergency strike team? And I couldn't find the answer on the website. I found a reference to it in a place where you could sign up. But basically, this goes in along with the sharing of information and networking and assisting, your fellow local government IT people. NCLGISA has a strike team, which is more or less like a disaster team. Let's say that a county had a flood or a massive fire throughout whatever. We will put together a team of people from this organization to go and help you. To help you with your disaster recovery, to help you with whatever that you might need. So that's kind of a cool thing. There's not a lot of other conferences. I'm not sure if Microsoft has anything like that. They might, but a lot of other conferences that you'll go to where you have that level of caring, concern, and actual assistance. Okay. So the next question: who is the president of NCLGISA?
Eric Harvey.
Eric Harvey. And how do we know that?
He just told us.
He just told us. Where else might you find that information?
In the program.
In the program and also on the website. Okay, so that's next question. 5 committees found in the organization.
Just one question, was that a trick question? There's 6
Yeah.
listed on your website.
No, I just wanted 5.
Okay.
There's a bunch more, but just 5. And I put a few up here. Did anyone have professional development?
Yes.
Vendor, membership, and Felina again is our membership chair. There's an audit committee, the K-12 committee, web committee. Can anyone name any other ones? Marketing. I think there's a few. There's a whole bunch. I can't even
There's
name
some
them.
ad hoc ones that are on there.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of them in there. Okay, so, and I'll tell you, well, we'll get to that in a minute. I'm actually on this committee, right here on the membership committee. I do whatever Felina needs done, and mostly it's assisting with these sort of things. And they also do regional meetings. Have we talked about the regional meetings? I'll talk about that in a minute. Well, this question didn't come up. What is GMIS? Y'all ignore that at the bottom of the page. Just what y'all kind of got for GMIS? GMIS is actually our parent organization. There are NCLGISAs all over in different states, and they're all part of the National Association, which is the government IT leaders. They have a conference every year as well. Maybe 1 or 2 years ago, it was in Charlotte. So occasionally it's in the general area. But they're, I'm not even sure what GMIS stands for. It's Government Mission something.
Government Management Information.
That's it. So they're our parent organization. So that's who they are. All right, so there's the actual question that goes with that. What is CGCIO and who created it? I know the answer's up there. It got up there way before the question. I have to fix that. Dr. Shannon Tufts, you will see her tomorrow during the business meeting, and she'll talk. But she's from the School of Government. She runs the Center for Public Technology. She runs the CGCIO program. She actually developed it. It's in several states now, and she's also worked on a national certification for CIOs as well. If you can do it, I highly recommend that you take that class. I took the class. I have no desire to be a CIO, but I wanted the information. The information is invaluable. More importantly, you get to meet a lot of people at different levels within the organization. It's great. I think it runs for 10 months. It's at the School of Government, which is at UNC Chapel Hill. And Shannon, she's an amazing presenter, one of the smartest people I've ever met. And I was just talking with her this morning. The new team that Preston and I alluded to for Mecklenburg County that we're a part of is the Mobility and Innovation team. As soon as she heard innovation, she said, "Oh, you need to do blah 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 blah, and go here, do this and do that." And the other guy that's on our team, Brandon, was standing beside me and said, take that down. You know, so he's sending me an email, but basically what I found out in a 30-second conversation was that she is actually including innovation training in the CIO school now, which is kind of cool. So she told me where she went to go get all of the information for the class. So I'm going to follow up with her on that. And I also found that you can get a certification in innovation. Who knew? I didn't know that. Did you guys know that? I think I could probably just write the book on it myself. I'm very innovative. Well, not really, but these guys are. All right, so there's that. What is CPT?
Military captain.
Aside from that.
And it's all caps, just like
Yes, CPT.
Center for Public Technology.
That's right, I just said it a minute ago, didn't I? I said, if you're listening, there's one listener. Center for Public Technology. And where is that located? It's not on my note, it wasn't one of the questions. UNC Chapel Hill School of Government. What's the relationship between Nichols-GISA and UNC Chapel Hill?
School of Government.
School of Government. They actually work they are a huge sponsor of this. Nichols-GISA and School of Government, you know, for the IT part is kind of like this. You know, they sponsor a lot of it. They also give scholarships, and there's a lot of, just from the School of Government, aside from the IT, there's a lot of training and classes that that are designed specifically for people in local government, state and local government. 3 awards offered by Nichols-GISA. You guys got one? You got 3? Just give me one.
Outstanding service.
Outstanding service.
James S. Cooper.
James S. Cooper.
Unique project.
Well, there we go. Those are, I only asked for 3, but that is one. Okay, so James S. Cooper, the member emeritus and professional of the year. Does anyone know what the James S. Cooper Award is? Y'all can tell me what that is? At that award, you are nominated. You can be nominated, or you can nominate someone for outstanding service in the field, going above and beyond. The member emeritus is once you have retired from local government, you can be nominated to receive the member emeritus award, and basically that allows you free access to the conferences forever until you choose not to come anymore, or it's chosen for you in the event that you are no longer with us. Okay, and then professional of the year, I think that kind of speaks for itself. And again, you can nominate your peers, or they can nominate you, or whatever. How many symposiums are offered each year? 2. Spring and fall. The spring is generally held where? Wilmington, yes. And I think it always has been, as I recall. The fall used to always be in Asheville. And now it's kind of moving. It was in Pinehurst for a couple of years. It was in Winston-Salem last fall, and it'll be in Winston-Salem again this year in the fall. And that was really nice. Okay. What relationship does Nichols-GISA have with LGFCU? First of all, what is LGFCU?
Local government federal credit union.
Yes, so what is our relationship with them? They offer scholarships. They offer scholarships for any School of Government course, and also for the CGCIO program, and also these symposiums. And there's an application, I think, on their website, or a link to it from our website. I want to go back. Well, 3 memberships, 3 benefits of membership. Networking.
New Horizon discounts.
New Horizon discounts.
Listserv.
Listserv. Yeah, so networking is good. We've got the scholarships, the committees, the listserv is up there, the discounts that we get for training, which I didn't have up there, but there's some. What is GIGA?
Government Innovation Grant.
That's right. Have any of you had you heard about the Giga Awards before now? Let me just tell you a little bit about this thing. There are major cash prizes, not for you personally, but for your organization. If you submit an application and you win, you can win a $10,000 prize for your organization, based on whatever your innovative thing is. And it's not an internal panel that decides that, it's an external group that reviews all of the submissions. You have to do a video for it, and they have the awards are usually given in February, but you could, like, we just gave them in this past February, you could be doing it now. They have quarterly winners. I think there's maybe two secondary prizes. In addition, I think they're like $2,500 each or something. I mean, so these are nice prizes. The problem is, or maybe, I think the problem has been that people didn't know about them that much. We're not having a lot of applications. So if you're doing something innovative, even if you don't think it's that innovative, submit the thing. If you think that, that it's, what they look at is how is that project or implementation or whatever benefiting the citizens of the community. So what is it that you're doing? I saw a fire department, I think they were in Buncombe County maybe, had done something, and I thought, gosh, we're doing that. But for that county, it was something really big that didn't exist before that really had an impact on providing certain services, communication services, I think, to the people in that area. $10,000. So that's cool. So find out about that. And if you want to know more about it, like in detail, and somebody that's really passionate and can tell you about it, Shannon Tufts. She is a small, little blonde-headed woman that wears heels that are at least this high all the time. If you ever see her without the heels, she'll say she's very, very small, but she's a big, very big personality, and again, you need to get to know her. Okay, so that's cost savings and benefit to the citizens. All right, what is the best way to get involved in this organization? Volunteer, join a committee, get to know people, and really, I think I didn't really volunteer for to be on the membership committee, but I was teaching this class, and they decided that since I taught this class, I needed to be on the membership committee, and it's kind of like church. Once you get on something, they find out you can do something where you can't get off. So, I've resigned twice. But, I'm kidding. All right. So, any questions about that before we do the last activity? We're going to go about 2 minutes.